Hello, my name is Matt Drappel, and I want to talk to you today about your well-being. If you're like most employees in the modern workplace today, you are likely operating under pressures and demands on your time and energy and effort that you've never really experienced before. You do want to aim high, you want to succeed and grow within the organization and move up, but you also don't want to sacrifice the relationships that you have with your friends and your family and your loved ones. You need to make sure that you're working out and taking care of your mental health, but you also want to try to squeeze in continuing education and maintaining some sort of healthy social life. As a society, we've come to normalize dealing with this sort of intense pressure and stress. However, just putting your head down and powering through these things is not going to help you in the end. In the end, it is going to cause long-term issues to your mental well-being, your physical well-being, and a whole host of other things. So the objective of today is to try to help you all just to prioritize your well-being a little bit more, because I want to stress this. Your well-being is worthy of being a priority. There's so many other things that are causing your time, energy, and effort to be pulled away, but your well-being is a priority. Let me ask you a question. When I say the word well-being, what comes to mind? For me, it's both my mental and my emotional state. That's what I correlate the most with well-being. For someone else, it might be their physical health. Do you feel energized and free of pain when you wake up in the morning? For other people, it may be their relationships. Are they happy and fulfilling both inside and outside of work? And both of these options, all of these answers are 100% valid. I just encourage you, however, to think more holistically today and going forward about your well-being. It's hard to feel your best if your health is suffering in one way or the other, if you're stressed about your relationships or about finances or something like that. So let's try to take a holistic and bird's eye view approach to our well-being. At McLean Company, we see well-being as an umbrella term that refers to the various aspects of a person's experience that supports their overall health and happiness, both within and outside of work. We cannot separate the two anymore. We don't leave work at the door anymore. For many of us that are now working in a hybrid or remote environment, the lines have become blurred. That's how it is for me here. My work truly is my home. The holistic view of well-being also recognizes that there are many dimensions that build up that could potentially wreak havoc on our well-being. So what we want to try to take a look at today, and what I'm going to explore in more detail, are a few of those. What we're looking at are physical, mental, interpersonal, financial, but then we're also going to look at purpose and belonging. These dimensions are interdependent and feed into each other. And as I said, I'm going to go into a little bit more detail on each one. But as I'm going through, I just want to challenge you all to examine, how do you feel? How do you connect with these various elements of well-being as I go through them? Let's start with the physical dimension. Are you engaging in activities or practices that support your physical health? Are you eating food that is nutritious for your body? Are you getting out and exercising? And a word of caution to this, it's really easy to think, oh, I'm going to put together some New Year's resolutions. I'm going to make sweeping changes to my physical health. But instead, I want to encourage you all to just focus on some small practical changes that you can make. A little extra exercise here or there, one less snack here and there, a little bit extra eating healthy here and there. Small incremental changes that you can make that are going to have a long-term lasting effect. The second dimension is mental. Are you employing strategies to support your emotional and psychological well-being? Are you taking time to detach from work? It may be just a few moments in the evenings. It may be over the weekends. It may just be taking 10 or 15 minutes here and there, but ultimately you need to make sure that you're both assessing your mental well-being and taking time to address it in a variety of ways. The third is interpersonal. Do you have supportive relationships both within and outside of work? Are they strained relationships with family members and friends that are causing you stress and anxiety? Do you need to put more effort, more energy into cultivating your personal and professional relationships? It takes time. It takes work. It takes compassion and empathy. Make sure that when you need people to lean on, you've been there for them and they've been able to lean on you in the past. The next one is financial, and I don't mean having an abundance of wealth, but are you on track to meet your financial needs and goals? Are finances causing you stress and anxiety? Are they keeping you up at night? And if so, it's ultimately about having a financial plan and sticking to it. So let's make sure that you're taking time to assess your financial goals, your financial plan, and what you can do to get from point A to point B. The last two I want to talk about are two dimensions of well-being that often get overlooked. The first one I personally connect with incredibly is purpose. Do we have a meaningful connection to the work that we do, to the mission, the vision, and the values of the organization? We spend so much time of our lives, so much energy and effort into work. We as human beings want to feel that we're engaged to something that is meaningful, that's intellectually stimulating, and we can be recognized for our contributions. We want to have purpose in our lives. The last one I want to talk about is belonging. Do we feel accepted and do we feel included within our personal and professional circles? How often have we left personal and professional circles because we don't feel belonging, that we don't feel accepted, that we don't feel like we're a part of the group and the team? Before I go, and I know I've thrown a lot at you, I just want to leave you with some 3 action steps. First, I want to talk about your mindset. And perhaps you're familiar with the growth mindset. It's a term coined by the psychologist Carol Dweck, who made the distinction between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And a growth mindset is one that sees challenges and difficult moments in life as an opportunity to grow and develop and to get better. Yes, we're all going to have challenges in life. Yes, we're going to have difficult moments, but it's how we learn and grow from those that's ultimately going to help us develop and become better at who we are, become the best versions of ourselves. And finally, I really want to stress again about the connection and the power to tapping into our social connections. Human beings are social creatures. We have varying social needs, especially when things get difficult, especially when we start to assess our own well-being. Having those social connections in life are vital to lean on for support. Mental support, physical support, so many different ways that we need other human beings to become the best versions of ourselves. So again, as I stressed, make sure that you're there for other people during their times of need, because you're ultimately going to need to lean on them at some points too. And having that sort of relationship is going to be vital as you look to address your mental and physical health. Lastly, and I promise lastly, I want you to try to leverage your resources that your organizations offer. Many organizations have phenomenal EAPs, have great HR teams. You have your colleagues, you have directors, you have so many people and so many different resources available to you. However, you must go and seek them out. It's an active approach to your well-being that you need to take. So please, oftentimes employees don't realize that they have those sorts of resources there available to them. So they're there most of the time. Take advantage of them. As you can tell, this is just a starting point. I am by no means trying to tell you what to do or how to do. Well-being is something that I personally feel very strongly about. So what I just want to try to leave you with is, again, think holistically about your well-being. Embrace this idea of the growth mindset. Tap into the power of your social connections. And finally, leverage the resources that are available to you. I really wish you all the best and a great well-being. Thanks so much.